Hello and welcome back. Yes, it's me again, Mona Barker, your dream realtor for your dream home. If you've asked me, I've thought about it, and I think I'm trying to deliver for you. So I want to again thank you for tuning in and just listening to what I have to say, but all things to help you. If you don't know by now, yes, I'm an experienced and enthusiastic realtor with a proven track record of success in the real estate industry. I've helped with properties for sale and lease in the Waxahachie, Crowley, Fort Worth, and Dallas area. And as a native of DFW, I have an intimate knowledge of the area and a strong desire to make my home your home. So that's not it. A lot of people ask, you're just talking about being a realtor. Yes, I'm a mom. I'm a wife, and I love to say that I'm a child of God. Enough about me. I know we talked a little bit about some questions that were asked, some frequently asked questions that were asked by home sellers. Now, I'm going to touch on some frequently asked questions, not by home sellers, yes, you're right, but by home buyers. So let's jump right in. One of the top questions that was asked of me with a home buyer, that top question was, what is the first step in buying a home? What is the first step in buying a home? The absolute first step to buy a home is to get approved for a mortgage. Because you don't, as a realtor, we never want to, and a lot of people say, well, the realtor just don't want to show me the home until they make sure that I'm approved. Well, no, that's really not it. We want to protect you, because the worst thing we could ever do, or would want to do, is to get your hopes up so high that you go look at this home valued at $500,000, but you're only approved for $300,000. As a realtor, I would not be doing my job for you, because then once I show you a home that's valued at what you're approved for, that home you would always try to there will be things that you would look at and you would be like, oh no, because that other house had this long hallway. But you have to remember that other home was valued at $500,000. So the very first step is to get approved for a mortgage. So without being approved for a mortgage, it would be quite difficult, if not impossible, to purchase a home. Now, I say to get approved for a mortgage. There are some individuals out there who have been very diligent with saving money, and they have cash to pay for a home. So if you have cash to pay for it, then you don't need to get approved for a mortgage. So then this wouldn't be the answer for you. So if you're going to use your liquid cash, or you have stocks and bonds that you can take liquid cash from, then you can use that money. But again, you need to know how much money you're willing to spend if you have the cash, or how much you're going to spend to purchase your home. Because you, again, would not want to have an expectation of a realtor showing you a $500,000 home, and you're only going to pull out liquid cash of $300,000. Well, if you decide that you're going to pull out your liquid cash of $300,000, we can always get you a mortgage for the difference. But just wanted to share that top question. Another question that was asked: should I sell my current property before buying a new one? Should I sell my current property before buying a new one? This is a tricky question. And the answer primarily depends on one's funds and ability to find temporary housing. If you need more equity to purchase a new home or meet a mortgage plan, then it's best to sell your current home before purchasing their new one. That being said, it will most likely need you will probably need temporary housing. So if you sell your current home, just have a backup plan if you do that. To have temporary housing, maybe with a friend or relative. Or if you're going to sell it, maybe arranging a short-term rental, or do a lease back. But that just depends on who you're selling the home to. So it just depends on you primarily. That question or that answer is different for each individual, because person A, you could have the liquid cash to be able to purchase another home without selling your current home. And you may have the decision of speaking it over and talking to your spouse or your family, and you can decide, we're not going to sell our home. We're going to use it as rental property. And that's also a good idea. Real estate is one of those commodities to where you want to hold on to if you can. But then if you need the proceeds from your current home to purchase your new home, then sometimes it may be a good thing to go ahead and sell that home first. If you decide and you find a house that you fall in love with, you can always do a contingency. You can put a contingent offer in, contingent based off of you selling your first home. But if I always like to advise my clients, because if you don't sell their first home, you could miss out on your dream home. And I'm your dream realtor that really want to help you find your dream home. So, one of the other questions that was asked of me, should I do a home inspection? My answer to that question is YES. I would never be on the fence about this one. That answer to that question is yes, 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 a million times. Yes, yes, yes. You need to do a home inspection. A home inspection is one of the most vital steps when purchasing a property. A professional inspector has a keen eye, unless you're an inspector yourself. But when you go in, there may be some things that your naked eye cannot tell you that's wrong with the home. So an inspector has a keen eye for these things. So they have that eye for how well the house has been taken care of. The inspectors can comment on structural and cosmetic issues, along with any local code issues. So yes, you will always hear me say this. Yes, yes, yes. You want to do a home inspection. Okay, the next question, should I do a final walkthrough? I'm going to tell you what a final walkthrough is. The final walkthrough is just like it says, a final walkthrough. It's the walkthrough that you do. Now, you've gone in, you fell in love with this home, you've put an offer on it. This is the home for you. The final walkthrough is done most of the time right before you go to closing. You do the final walkthrough. What I tend to do with my clients, I schedule it along with right before, like if we're scheduled to be at the title company, at 10 a.m., then we're going to go and we're going to do our final walkthrough at 8 a.m. That gives us time to go through, look at the home. Then it gives us drive time that if we needed to go and, in case there's something that's wrong with it. So yes, I definitely would say you want to schedule, or you should schedule a final walkthrough. So a final walkthrough is not required. Again, I'm just saying yes. And again, this is my opinions. You cannot hold me to anything in a court of law, because these are my opinions. My opinion. So a final walkthrough, again, is not required, but as I stated, highly recommended. And I highly recommend them to my clients. Also, If repairs were requested as part of the sale offer, then a follow-up visit ensures all repairs are done according to the agreement and contract. But a great realtor will make sure that all of those were done prior to you even doing your walkthrough, because your favorite dream realtor, as such as I, would go out and make sure, number one, that I have all of those receipts prior to us even scheduling our closing. Then I'm going to go and inspect that property to make sure that those things were done. But that's enough about me. But you want to make sure that those repairs that were requested or part of the agreement and a part of the contract were done. But that final walkthrough also make sure that in the course of them moving, that when they were moving out their home, they didn't put any accidental holes in the walls, and everything is just as it was when you originally looked at the home and fell in love with your dream home. I always recommend that you take pictures when you go. And I tell my clients, this is not during the time of you looking at homes, because this may not, or it may have not been the home for you. But after you have your inspection done, or during the time of you getting an inspection, walk through, take pictures, just make sure everything is okay. And then before the final walkthrough, but when you're going to do your final walkthrough, make sure that everything is in place along with what you took a picture of. Also, number 5, how many houses should I view before purchasing one? Well, that's really another personal question, and I'm going to give you my personal answer, because that really just depends. The number of houses to view can depend greatly. It just depends on you, because I've had individuals I've worked with where it has taken them several homes for them to view before actually falling in love with their dream home. I've had a client to where they have, let's just say they've seen one home, fell in love with it. There you go. They knew that was the home for them. So the number of houses, again, to view can depend greatly on you, your family. However, it is much easier today to connect virtually. They have virtual options. I love the internet. I know you probably do too, where you can go. Normally, you would have beforehand, I'm going to say, before I was a realtor, you would have to go to every home to see. And you did not have the option of going in and actually seeing pictures and doing a virtual tour. Most MLS listings now have virtual tours that are attached to them. So you can now see houses online by taking the virtual tours or seeing detailed photographs. So once the list is narrowed down, you can now visit the property. So I would go through, narrow my list down by viewing those properties virtually. If you know you don't, now also take into consideration when you're looking at photos, if the landscape, again, back to my previous podcast, talk to the sellers that, of course, the first impression is everything. But if you're looking at a photo and you see that the landscaping is not what you would have it to be, don't allow for that to be your driving factor. Take the opportunity to go and virtually look at the home. Once you've narrowed it down, then that'll give you an opportunity to go and see. Okay? One of the last questions is, what is a mortgage and how does it work? I'm glad you asked that question, because a mortgage is a type of loan to finance a property. The majority of people don't want to use their liquid cash or have cash enough cash to purchase a home in total. So therefore, mortgage service as a secure loan that comes with a fixed interest rate and gets paid over a course of years. Normally, typically, it's maybe 15 or 30 years. But I can definitely give you or refer you to a list of mortgage individuals who specialize in that area. That's not my area of expertise, but I could definitely send you a list of at least three mortgage individuals that you can get in contact with. So, if you ever have any other questions regarding real estate that you want me to answer, please reach out to me in the form of email. That email is Mona, Mona Barker, Barker at judgefight.com. I would love to answer any of those questions on my next episode. Again, this is Mona Barker, your dream realtor for your dream home. Thank you for joining my episode of most common real estate questions for home buyers. Have a blessed day.